Three, two, one. Meow. Welcome back to Nefarious Reels. I'm the first iteration of Sonic 2019.
And I'm a fucking woman dressed as a cat, fucking rubbing against your legs in front of your apartment.
Yes. So yeah, we're Nefarious Reels, talk about bad movies, but it's not just the two of us today.
No.
We have a guest with us.
What sad sucker did we convince to be on here this time?
Who did we manipulate to come on to talk about bad movies?
Who didn't
Introduce
listen to
yourself,
the
sir.
fucking Stranger Danger PSA we just watched?
But yeah, Landon's here. So introduce yourself, sir, kind sir.
Hey, what's going on? I was told that Cole and Ninjedi promised me like they were in a van and had some candy, and it seemed like too good an offer to pass up.
And I was
so
like,
I
hey,
decided,
come help us find our lost dog.
Exactly.
Help us find our lost baby cat.
It's just such a perfect rationale to be welcomed into a podcast episode. So I was like, hey, let's just get in this van and see where the day takes us. But yeah, hi, Landon DeFever here. Friend of Cole, new friend of Ninjedi.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be here. Definitely, yeah. I host my own podcast called Films for the Void that I, for a long time, did with my friend Eric. He, however, left after our 100th episode, and I've since been experimenting with the form a little bit. I had Cole on a few episodes after that, experimented with some guest hosts, and now the show is more of a like interview, like guest sort of podcast where I have friends or people with creative passions on to talk about their creative pursuits and talk about some of their favorite movies as well. So yeah, I'm very excited to be part of the Nefarious Reels team for today.
What? You didn't fucking invite me to be on the podcast?
Not
I'm like
yet.
0-2
Not
right
yet,
now.
I
Cole's
haven't.
got 2 podcast appearances. I don't even have 1. What the fuck is this bullshit?
There is still plenty of time to have Ninjedi on the episode. We actually had my friend another person that goes by a pseudonym, my buddy Corey from home on Letterboxd, that we had him on to talk about our favorite movies of the century so far, a la New York Times. So, and that was a lot of fun lately. So there are plenty of opportunities to have you on, baby.
All right. Well, this definitely will not be edited out in post. I'm definitely going to keep in you plugging in your podcast 100%. Don't you
thank
worry.
Tom. I appreciate that.
All right. So yeah, do we just want to kick off onto the movie discussion?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's kick it off with kind of a duo recommendation of me and Landon's.
Yes.
A PSA more of called Too Smart for Strangers from 1985, and it follows your favorite woodsy friends, Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, Roo, Tigger, the owl, whose name I forgot already.
It's Owl.
I think it's just Owl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
It
just
is just
Owl.
Owl.
He wasn't
Okay.
special enough.
Yeah, my favorite depressed donkey, Eeyore, and the rabbit. And they
Who's also
tell
named
you strangers are bad.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
And what to do to outsmart the strangers so you don't get abducted by them.
I say no, and then I run away. I ride off on my
And
bike
then
and I
you
go
tell your-
home.
Exactly, and you tell your trusted adult.
I tell my trusted adult, which happens to be another random guy in a van.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live in a van, so that's just how it happens.
Easy. That's honestly one of the funniest parts of this special in general. Feel free to, if you want to do like a little bit of intro, but I find it really funny in this PSA special that like literally every person attempting to kidnap a child, they have their one shot where they have one pitch to them, they run away, and then that's it. There's no running after them. There's no
Well,
shoot
that's
or
the
anything like that.
stranger code. If
Oh,
they
gee
say no, you
willikers.
can't do anything. That's the
Oh
rule.
my god! I thought this plan was foolproof.
Listen, strangers respect consent. That's why
That's
it works when
true.
you say no.
If there's one thing that stranger dangers respect its consent. That's the only thing that they do. God damn. But yeah, for a little background about Too Smart for Strangers, this is a 1985 PSA that was directed by Ron Underwood, who also directed Tremors and a few other like big Hollywood
Not
projects
only
like that.
did he direct Tremors,
Oh,
he
hell
also
yeah.
directed the almost nefarious reel recommendation, Holiday in Handcuffs.
Oh right, I actually haven't seen that, but I've heard it.
Oh,
It's
yeah. I
atrocious.
did watch that on my own after.
Cole didn't even know it exists. He only knew because I did it for my Gift of Giving trilogy. He didn't end up picking the stocking that had Holiday in Handcuffs in it, but when he saw it, he then went and watched it himself for some fucking reason. He didn't have to do that. He just chose to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I own it on DVD. I haven't seen it yet. I might watch it this upcoming Christmas, maybe.
I think I will too.
Mario
I've been
Lopez
waiting it too
did
long.
not watch
Mario
the
Lopez Mario Lopez gets kidnapped by Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Mario
And then they fall in love
Lopez
because that's
was
cute or
not too
something.
smart for strangers, unfortunately. He did not watch the PSA.
It's
Yeah.
crazy how all these movies
it's clearly he didn't
relate to each other.
It's all connected, Landon. It's all connected.
It's all the same universe. And yeah, I don't know how exactly I stumbled upon this, but it's like one of my favorite bad things to watch and show people because the general ineptness of this special is really fascinating to me. The fact that you can have something so cuddly and cute under this IP that is literally teaching kids. And honestly, like, it's a well-intended special, but every single aspect of it is completely mishandled from where do we want to start with this? Because like every aspect of this is such a bizarre clusterfuck, and it's baffling to me that
Do
this
want to
even
mention
exists.
that I am a little nostalgic for this, not in the sense of I've seen this tape before, but just like, because I feel like, oh, this is something I got to be watching in elementary school. You know, like the puppets video, then it's telling you, oh, no,
yeah.
don't do this, don't do that. One that always stuck in my mind that I cannot find, I barely remember, but it's about, like, don't eat, like, the mushrooms off the ground, don't eat medicine out of the cabinet because it's poisonous and you'll die.
Oh my god.
And there was
I
a
remember
song,
that
they had
now.
a song, and it went like
Memory unlocked.
this. They were like, poison, poison,
Oh my god, you just
poison,
unlocked a memory
poison.
right there.
It
God
might
damn,
look
yeah, I was
like
gonna say, this vaguely
a
sounds familiar to
tasty
me,
treat,
too.
but it's poison, 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 poison. And I remember there's a line where they're like, "Oh, I found some mushrooms. If you eat that, you'll be sorry," says the puppet.
Yeah. There's also like a lot of like weird Canadian PSAs too. Like I think Adam from Your Movie Sucks has talked about these in the past. Like those puppets that are like, "Don't you put it in your
think I
mouth?"
remember that. Those like drug PSAs or something.
Yeah,
I remember
another one like that. Yeah.
Meat Canyon doing it for like the UK PSA ones, and I remember the one about like Indians where it was like, "Don't like mess around fire equipment or you'll fucking die."
Oh wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, apparently it's like genuinely fucking horrifying. I should send a link. It sounds like an awesome PSA.
I was about
I'd
to say,
watch it.
yeah.
I'll find
Honestly,
it and
and
I'll
also
post
just-
it.
Don't
To be
forget
fair,
the
though,
classic 80s anti-drug PSA ads like Pee-wee Herman talking about crack.
Yes. Hell, that like if you
Classic.
want to get even like if you want to even go in a bigger like side step to that, there's also that like cartoon All Stars to the Rescue where every single cartoon IP got together to teach you about the dangers of marijuana. Like this is also like another late 80s one.
You
too.
know,
Like,
it's
it
the
had-
80s
I was about to
version
say, I
of
think I
Reefer's
saw
Madness.
was the Ninja Turtles one of them?
Yes, I think it was one of the first
I
Nostalgia Critic reviews too, if that helps piece it together.
Oh, one of the first videos from Daniel the Demon Slayer. Got it.
Look,
Yeah,
I already
a
know
dog
drugs are
won't-
bad. I've seen Reefer Madness. I already know this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Reefer Madness, Assassin of Youth. You know, I've seen all these
Yeah.
films that tell me how bad marijuana is.
Yeah, and with Too Smart for Strangers, this was I again don't know how I stumbled upon this, but I was like so happy when I saw it because I've watched this like 5 times now because I just keep showing it to different people, and yeah, it's just first thing I want to talk about specifically too, why was this done in like fursuits essentially, like Chuck E. Cheese quality fursuits
Cheap.
instead of just animating it? I
Cheaper.
don't understand. Cheaper probably. Right?
Like, if they already had the costumes probably for, like, some random thing, and they're like, well, we're just shooting this PSA, we'll just use the costumes, and then we'll just have a green screen backdrop, and then that's how we'll do it.
Yeah.
That's just
'Cause
my thing. To be fair, I think for the
Yeah.
most part, the costumes aren't bad. The only ones that rub me the wrong way is Pooh and Ruse. Because in, like, the
Ruse is really
classic
bad.
animation ones, they don't have, like, you don't see the whites of their eyes. It's usually just, like, the black circles.
Mm-hmm.
The only ones that kind of
True.
have that is Rabbit and Owl and Eeyore. Those three. And Tigger and Piglet just have the regular black eyes. But when you see the white eyes for Pooh and Roo, it gives, like, an uncanny valley kind of to them in a sense. But Ruse generally just looks like fucking shit. They didn't even give him his iconic blue shirt. What the fuck?
I know. I was deeply that was the most offensive part of the
And
special.
where was
that
Kanga?
shirt was not featured.
You couldn't have, like, Kanga in this? It's in the fucking song. You know, like, in the Winnie the Pooh song. You guys know how that goes, right? Deep in the
Kanga,
hundreds
Kanga.
acre woods where Christopher Robin plays. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Most of all, Winnie the Pooh.
Can we also talk about Kanga? Kind of looks like a dead.
Is
Kanga
his
kind
friend.
of seems like a.
And
Kanga also kind of seems like a
little-
deadbeat mom when you really think about it. And she kind of looks bad in this special.
Yeah, she's not in this. I don't know why. Maybe she's dead. Maybe a
Just-
stranger took her.
No, she was on a
She's
business
dead.
trip, okay? And all of the other Forest Acre friends were watching Rue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess. I don't fucking
Duh.
know. It's just a little weird that Kanga kind of got cut out of this. Because she
Yeah,
is, like,
it's-
probably one of the more well-known characters, I feel like, from the Winnie the Pooh franchise.
Now, question. Now, like, obviously, like, we have our feelings about the specific suits. Who do you think? Because none of these are the same voices. Who do you think has the worst voice out of all of them? Because I would like to say probably Piglet or Roo. Roo just sounds like a kid that they picked off the street. Where Piglet just sounds so overcompensatingly, like, nervous and anxious the whole time that, like, I could not keep it. I
don't know.
not
When's the
separate
last time you've
myself.
seen a Winnie the Pooh film? That's my question.
Oh man, I don't know actually.
I think
Mine's
it's
is
been,
Blood
like-
and Honey Part 2.
I think it's been
I
like
legit-
a year. I think I watched a bunch of them last year because probably some real world event put me in a horrible depression and I needed to cheer myself up.
Fair. I legit
And
do
then you
enjoy
just watch
the.
Blood and Honey.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That is a good point. That I think is the last one I saw. I will say I legit like the Winnie the Pooh 70s film that Disney produced. Like I actually do like that film.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah,
It
I was like
has been
surprised
for-
by how much I liked it.
Honestly, they
Ever
got
since
some
I've
pretty
seen a
good
Winnie the Pooh
bangers. You got
thing.
that one. The remake they did later was actually pretty good. The Great Adventure film's pretty fun. The
TV
Tigger
show has some
movie,
good moments too.
I don't think is as good as those, but I think it's still pretty decent overall. I mean,
You know what's funny? I was gonna say, you know what's funny? The Tigger movie's one that I haven't seen since I saw it when I was a kid, like in theaters. But that was one of the first movies I saw as a kid where I was like, movies can be bad. Like I just remember being bored with it and not being super engaged with it.
Damn,
But I remember
no,
like
fuck your kid self. It's like it's a 6 out of 10 movie. It's still good. You need to rewatch it. Put your younger
I will
self in
watch
its
it
place.
again.
Go watch it
I
like
will
right
re-add it.
now. Leave the
I
podcast.
will
Come
re-add
back
it
in
to
an
my
hour
watch
and a
list.
half.
Hour and a half. We're gonna take a little break.
We're gonna take a
You know
break.
what's funny? It's 77 minutes. It's not even an hour and a half. That's
Yeah,
what's funny
but you're
about
gonna
it.
need that extra like 13 minutes to like truly process the deep messaging of the film.
For sure. I completely empathize with that. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm seeing a lot of my friends gave it like kind of high averages sort of thing. So it has a 3.4. So yeah, maybe I missed something.
I think your kid self is just fucking stupid. That's how I see it.
That's true. Honestly, I could have been a very stupid
Like
kid.
I
That's
get it.
very true,
Tigger
as
did
most
not
kids are.
say chicken jockey, so you couldn't scream and yell and throw popcorn everywhere. But like come on, it's pretty.
That's a good
it's
point.
movie.
Yeah, that Tigger just needed some slime cubes, and I think we could have really saved the film.
And Hot Lava Chicken.
Hot Lava Chicken as well. All the hits. Another part of Too Smart for Strangers that I would love to address is the actual like cutaways to the actual like what would happen event sort of thing, like the actual reenactments of Strangers. And I think that's what makes this so interesting as well. Just the harsh juxtapositions between the two makes it pretty funny in that regard as well. So that's another reason why I legit enjoy
A
this
transition
as well.
that always comes to mind is when Tigger and Roo are talking and like what would happen, and they just sharply turn their faces to look at the camera.
Oh, it's the best.
That's
That's
the
one of my
point.
favorite parts.
If
of the whole
this
thing.
was an horror ARG, that'd be the moment where the video awkwardly glitches out and then it becomes like evil, and then like it turns dark and it says, "I am God," or "I know what you've done."
That's a fan edit that is just begging to be made. I would actually love to see that being done.
Also, fun fact: the voice of Rabbit, that guy, he also voices Frog in those Frog and Toad claymation short films that I recommend you check out because they're really, really good.
Nice.
Like you
actually,
can
I was
tell.
gonna say that I have not seen. Yeah.
Yeah, you should. They're on
blast from the
YouTube.
past, Frog and Toad.
Yeah, they're on YouTube. I watch them on YouTube. They're a lot of fun. And once you hear Frog T speak, you're gonna go, "Oh yeah, that's him." Because the moment I heard Rabbit talk, I was like, "That's the fucking guy who voices Frog." Like you will definitely can hear it. You're gonna be like, "That's Rabbit from Too Smart for Strangers." That's what's gonna happen to you, Landon, when you listen to it.
I already see myself doing the Leo DiCaprio pointing at the screen thing while I watch that movie. I watch that special.
There's two of them. There's two Frog and Toad claymation specials, so you gotta watch both of them. Because I do think one is better than the other in terms of what stories they pick. But the animation's great. Mattias would fucking love it.
Yeah. No, I'm begging to be Toad and Frogmanized for sure. Also, shout out to Eeyore, who I fully assumed was Sam Elliott until I looked up that it was not Sam Elliott, and obviously that's not who he is. But it gave Sam Elliott hardcore the entire time.
Yeah, he did pretty good. Even if he was a little too perky for my liking, Eeyore should be a little more depressed.
Can you imagine if Eeyore was just saying shit like, "Well, you'll probably get kidnapped. It's not really worth fighting that hard."
He's like, "Come over here into my van, Pooh."
Yeah.
I got some free candy and unlimited Wi-Fi connection.
I need you to help me find my tail, Pooh.
There's
Let's
Prozac in that van. God damn. Same with also with the real life clips. I loved the freeze frame and the stinger music. While like this is what would happen. Oh no! And then it goes back to Tigger and Roo.
It's quick time. What are they gonna do?
What are they gonna do now?
Exactly. Yeah, the direction of this whole thing is just so fucking funny, and also like all this against green screen is so good.
They keep
Against
going.
green
They have
screen, and it's also funny because you don't really see the kids like make a mistake. There's like one, but then it's like, oh, he actually redeemed himself by calling his neighbors. So
that's so fucking
he
funny.
did
It
some
was just
little
like,
bad, but he didn't.
Hey,
he
what's
wasn't
your
all
name?
bad. That screwed him up.
He's like, "What's your name, Ryan? Is your mom home? No. Okay, bye bye. And then that's just it. Man doesn't even do anything. That's just it.
And you guys might be more familiar with Winnie the Pooh lore. What's with Rabbit being a magician? Was that a thing that he ever did?
that was just literally for the
don't know.
movie. That's literally just for this.
That was weird.
He's usually
Just
more
talk
of
about
a bit of a
tricks.
stickler who is like kind of stressed out. He's more of like this stickler of the rules kind of guy. Stressed out, kind of wants order in his life. You know, doesn't like Tigger because he's really wild, but like also cares about him. You know, kind of like that.
Yeah, every character from
Rabbit before
every character from the 100 Acre Woods is just a different manifestation, like a different mental illness that Christopher Robin has.
Yeah,
like,
that weird
Rabbit is
fucking,
anxiety. Eeyore's depression.
Tigger's ADHD.
100%. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh is just childhood obesity. I don't really know. I can't really think. He loves honey. That's all I could tell. Yeah, Piglet's
was
also
definitely
anxiety,
took it
like,
into
big
a
bald
van.
anxiety.
That's the implication. That's why he's always so
hard
nervous all the time.
That's why. Oh, that makes sense as to why he doesn't trust other people other than the 100 Acre Woods friends.
Kanga and Roo is just a
That makes
metaphor about
sense.
abortion.
Yeah. There's a whole lot going on in this universe.
Yeah,
that I
if
feel
you're like
really
a weirdo freak, you can get all of that, or you can just fucking enjoy Winnie the Pooh as it is.
Yeah. There's plenty to go around. And I also know, like, I know you two were really taken back by the end of this, because like it's information. If you're making a Stranger Danger special, you really got it. You got to cover this in some capacity, but the way they cover the
They did a
pedophile
song.
is
Yeah, it
crazy. There's a song.
it just comes out of nowhere. Like when I saw that when Winnie the Pooh literally just started talking about, oh, sometimes people might want to touch you. I'm like, whoa, you could lead into it a little before.
And
not
he's like,
just
touch
throw
your
it out
private
there,
parts.
Like, oh, by the way, there might be people that want to be more intimate with you, if you know what I'm saying. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
as he stares in your soul with those eyes.
And
Yeah,
then he
it's
sings
a lot,
whole
and also
ass song.
like he also talked about like the parts that like he mentions like a funny feeling that you get when you're touched there, which I think is fucking crazy, and also like Piglet's just molestation anxiety in general is a lot to take in.
I still can't. There's a song. I feel like we're ignoring that they sing a whole song. Like a whole
They
cheery
do
song.
sing
I
a
was half
song.
expecting fucking the lyrics to show up on screen with like a bouncing bubble to sing along to.
I was hoping it would.
You're gonna have to do it
wanted
yourself,
that.
Landon. You're gonna have to edit the whole thing. So like, okay, guys, here comes
need
the
a
part,
fan.
the molestation song. Let's sing along, guys.
I need a fan edit so bad of that.
You
I
need to
want
be
it.
the fan to make the edit, Landon. Be the hero you were
I
meant
think
to
I'm a-
be.
I think I gotta be that person. And not to mention too, like there's one particular shot from like when they actually cut to like the like kids all saying no. There's this one shot of this little girl sitting on the bed and a man is like directly in front of her and she's at like dick height and she's like, I said no, and I'm like, holy shit.
And then
Like, they're going for it.
But that's because strangers care about consent. If you say no, they can't do it.
That is very true. They hear no and they're like,
All right, you're good to
Plans
go.
foiled
Okay, have a
again.
good day. Bye-bye.
what am I gonna do this time?
Because they knew what they were doing with the casting for real. Like there's at least 2 of these people that look straight out of Lovely Bones auditions, basically.
Do you think those kids, when they left, like one of the directors was just like, or one of the people on set was just like, hey, good, nice performance. Want to go to my van and we can talk about maybe some movie deals?
Yeah, exactly.
I got
Exactly.
some
And that
sweet VHSs in my van.
Hey, want to see some
Limited
Winnie the Pooh
edition.
films?
Oh man. Yeah.
What do you
it's just,
say?
yeah. Oh, I'm also
I
seeing
got
too
Return
that
of the Jedi.
I got tons of stuff. I was gonna say that actually I was gonna say that was around the time that this came out, so that works perfect. I was gonna say too, there's another thing that the same writer of this did called Pooh's Great School Bus Adventure. That's 14 minutes long with the same puppets and everything. And I'm like, I desperately need to see this too. I know it doesn't have the same catch and fun as Too Smart for Strangers, like with that like avant-garde topic, but like, yeah, I need more of this in my life.
I mean, it might be like that. You don't know. You haven't seen it.
That's cool. That's a good point. Like maybe like this is like another like worst case scenario situation where Pooh got on the bus, but it was a stranger driving the bus that he didn't know.
No, he gets on the bus, and then it's like, if this bus goes under 50 miles per hour, we all die. A bomb will explode, we all die. And then Pooh has to teach us how to disarm
and
a
Keanu
bomb.
Reeves is there, and he's got to help maintain.
Keanu Reeves is the one in the Pooh costume.
Fast for Strangers, something like that. There's got to be
Two speed, 2 strangers.
There you go. I knew it would number 2
speed for strangers.
Number 4 strangers.
And then the threequel, Too Smart for Strangers, Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, that's what everyone wants. And then Smart 5, Stranger 6, Stranger 7. Yeah, we could keep going with this.
Strangers, the Resurrection. This is where they give up what the number is. Resurrection, Strangers, Rebirth.
Winnie and Piglet. That's the Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, right.
Too Smart for Strangers.
Too Smart for Strangers.
Too Smart for Strangers X. Too Smart for Strangers XX. Too Smart for Strangers XXX, which is the porn parody that for some reason got released by Disney.
Ooh,
that's the one where all the kids don't say no.
That was the first thing they put out when they merged with Fox.
Snuck behind Walt Disney's back, and they were like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we can just put this on Disney Plus.
I'd also like to add, since this conversation, I've added 3 things to my watch list that are Winnie the Pooh related, and I look like a fucking creep looking at my watch list right now.
Someone's gonna check. They're gonna see you've seen Baby Cat, and they're gonna look at your watch list. They're gonna see your Winnie the Pooh films. So they got like ideas of who you are as a person now. They're never gonna change.
The pieces are starting to come together.
Like, no, I swear, I was a bad movie podcast that made me do it. And they're like,
guys,
yeah, sure,
it's
Landon.
a prank, okay?
They're like, Landon, there is no Nefarious Reels. And then we go, the accident was 10 years ago, Landon. You need to move on. Entire channel disappears.
This is what I get for doing podcasts with strangers.
Yeah, see, you should have never come to our van to help find our baby cat.
Oh my god! But the biggest question I have for you both: did you learn anything?
Um.
Um,
Yeah, I learned Owl has a
say no
fucking
to people
telephone
you
in his
don't
house.
know.
I learned that Owl just has a fucking telephone in his house. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that
That's
in any of
crazy.
the Winnie the Pooh films, but in this one, he just has a regular ass telephone.
I'd also like to add, like on that note, I think it's really funny that like during the end of Owl's song, which I think is the best song. I think I watched this with my girlfriend and we agreed Owl's song was the best one. Owl's also Owl's fursuit was the best out of all those as well. But anyway, Rabbit like basically sneaks into his house with magic, and then Owl says, "Hey, this is what I taught the audience," and he's like, "You're smarter than you look, Owl." And I'm like, "Bitch, he has an entire library of books behind him. Like, who are you to judge you and your
Well,
dark
Owl's
arts?"
Well,
Owl,
he doesn't
cannot-
have magic tricks.
I mean, Owl
And the
canonically
rabbit, and
kind of
rabbit does.
acts like he's smarter than he is. Owl is smart, but he definitely has kind of a bit of a overconfidence when it comes to it. Like, well, I shouldn't be explaining
Yeah.
all the Winnie the Pooh lore, though. That's something you need to figure out by yourself.
Yeah, there's a level of sorcery that goes into Rabbit's deep-seated like angst and anxiety in general.
Yes.
Yeah. Man. Oh man. But yeah, those are my major takeaways from Too Smart for Strangers. I'm glad you two were willing to talk about it, because it's sometimes I've had people like say like I feel this so uncomfortable watching this that they don't want to watch the whole thing. And I don't even get to the like juicy stuff at the end.
It was legitimately at a time for a second I'm like, okay, why were people talking about this being very unsettling? And then yeah, the molestation part comes out and it's like, oh, right.
Honestly, that kind of might be
Okay.
the
Now I
biggest
see it.
kind of problem with the film. I think without the molestation song, it's kind of like bland. It's like, yeah, it's like, oh, it's just a generic like kids videotape, and it's just kind of about stranger danger. And if they didn't have the molestation song, I don't think it'd be nearly.
I don't think it would be
interesting.
remembered as much.
Like,
Agreed.
if
Yeah, I
that
think it
song
would have-
wasn't in there and I had to watch the podcast, I'd be like, wait, that's it? Where the fucking rest of this shit? Where's the part that made this like a must recommendation?
Yeah, it fucking sneaks up on you. It's like Perks of Being a Wallflower. Like it just that the molestation part like just sneaks up on you at the end without any kind of warning. Which is like, again, it's good information to teach kids, but this is like the weirdest way you could possibly do it while still relating to them.
You should try to see if there's like a cassette tape of the soundtrack of this, so you can just listen to the molestation song anytime you want. Oh, you're like, oh
I
man,
looked up
what
if
do I
there was
do?
vinyl or a cassette. I looked up if there was vinyl or a cassette, and I couldn't find anything because this came out in '85. So like,
Damn.
maybe I was thinking, oh, maybe an 8-track or something. But yeah, I don't think they were really trying to pump a lot of money into this. It doesn't look like it was made for much money. It looks like very, very cheap.
Probably just a bunch of
Probably explains
tapes
fursuits.
that to release. To
Yeah,
kids
again,
everywhere.
yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah, it's it's something. Yeah, like the suits themselves, I think, are one of the hardest parts of this until we get to the actual
The reveal is like, I feel like, Landon,
shit.
one day we're gonna go to your house and you're gonna have like a room we're not allowed to enter, and we open it, it's just full of too smart for strangers memorabilia. You have like VHS tasters, posters everywhere.
Finally, I have it all.
And then fucking
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you're
Yeah,
like behind us, you're wearing the Winnie the Pooh costume, ready to fucking kill us. So that's what's gonna fucking happen.
I was gonna say, you think you know. I was gonna say, Ninja, are you sure you want to come on Films for the Void?
Whatever. I'm a fucking David Ducato film. Arguably, I'm more crazy than you.
Ah, true. Yeah, I was gonna say that's.
I
that's
own
a big,
all the Evil Bong films on
true
Blu-ray,
show.
man. You know, that's a level of crazy no one should be.
That is impressive in its own right.
Yeah, I should
Man,
send
but
you
yeah,
a picture of the Nefarious Reels display I have. I'm hoping to add more to it eventually.
By all means, I would love to see that.
Yeah, it's not much, but it's pretty cool. You'll
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we spent
Oh,
20
man.
minutes just like fucking shooting this shit, and only like 10 minutes actually talking about Too Smart for Strangers. Well, I had one thing I did want to say about this, and I've kind of forgotten because I was talking about everything else. It's all really generic too.
There
It's
was-
just like, oh, I remember now. I remember there was a goof. It's my favorite kind of goofs. But it's when the woman drives up and she's like, "Oh, your mom wants me to pick you up. Come in the car with me." And then she goes, "No," and runs away. And it cuts to the lady about to drive off. You can see the boom mic dip down a little into frame, and I love that shit. I love it when the boom mic just shows up in a movie.
I never noticed that. That's great. love that. That's one of my favorite like general goofs to find is like just like random boom mics because they only did one take per scenario.
It's pretty great. It's why the Johnson family
Yeah,
Christmas dinners peak because the boom mic shows up all the time.
Really quick.
Yeah.
They were able to teach the dangers of stranger danger more fast than Derek Savage tried to release his school shooting movie, and he still hasn't released it after 7 years.
For it. Still waiting for it, Daddy Derek. I still want that.
He's just got to get John Travolta as the principal.
Bitch, you're waiting? Buddy, I threw money at this. I'm a supporter of this film. I'm basically a producer of this movie.
I still haven't seen Adam in that picture frame he promised him. But yeah, this is a very funny special. I really like watching it. Like I said, I've seen it like 5 times. I just love showing it to people and getting their reaction.
Do you own like a VHS of this?
Thing. It's not like I'm sure that you can go way worse, but I don't. I was looking on eBay and yeah, you can get a VHS tape for like $20, which is honestly like on the VHS resale market, not bad. Yeah, like I would consider buying that.
You should buy it just to show. It's just like, okay, guys, you pull out the VHS. This is what we're gonna watch, and then you put your VHS back on itself, and then you just show the video on YouTube.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like this is one of those things where like that's how the collection you mentioned gets started, and that's like a really hard truth for me to like. It's a slippery slope.
The moment you buy that, it's over for you.
Exactly. Oh, terrifying feeling.
But yeah, it's a neat little thing. It's a neat little nugget. I feel like it wouldn't be as well known without the molestation song, and also the fact that it's a Winnie the Pooh related product. Like if it was just generic puppets, it's another thing that would be like kind of go unnoticed until Red Letter Media covers it on Wheel of the Worst.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
They would have found it somehow, and then it gets talked about more.
And I love how readily accessible this is too. Like you can just watch this for free on Internet Archive or YouTube, depending on what. Like there's a really good
Internet Archive cut because of the 4K rendition, and they even give a disclaimer beforehand about it.
Yeah, they treat it like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yep.
So funny.
Yeah, it's a little problematic, but hey, guys, it's in 4K, okay?
Yeah.
High quality to teach you about stranger danger.
Yeah,
well, they might want to molest you.
Every generation deserves their Disney property that the company secretly regrets, probably. It's a good
Boomers,
feeling.
It was Song of the South.
Yep.
Gen X / Millennials, it was this. Yeah, I don't know what ours is.
Wish.
I wish I didn't watch it.
I don't have to because I didn't watch it at all.
Yeah, you were smart for that. Or maybe Home on the Range. Home on the Range would be a good one. That's probably the worst one, right? That's probably the worst Disney feature. Or Chicken Little.
I don't know. I haven't watched all
Chicken
the Disney
Little.
features.
Yeah, that was rough.
Chicken Little sucks.
I mean, what about just the live-action Disney remakes?
Yeah, that's the more modern one.
Movies
I think
that just
kind of tops that.
Don't tempt me to recommend it, Cole.
The point of the magic. No.
If you keep saying it, it'll appear.
Oh, like so like saying Beetlejuice?
It's like saying Beetlejuice 3 times, but instead it's just repeating it to me over and over again. But yeah, that was Too Smart for Strangers. Do you guys feel like if a stranger comes up to you and says, "Hey, want to jump in my van? I can pay off your student loans in here." Would you say no and run away?
If they were
tempting.
offering
that would get me to reconsider.
Maybe I'll give them consideration, but I'll start asking questions. But
like I'll put
unless they have like special 4K criterions or just some of those out of print ones, I'd be like, I'm listening.
Cole, what if it's just like, hey, come in my van. I have the Blu-ray copy of Fateful Findings.
Ooh, a RoboCop Laserdisc. Look at that.
See, I would not fall for the Fateful Finding Blu-ray because I already own it. So, because I'm so fucking cool.
I just have the DVD. I'm so sad.
Fucking loser.
I know. Honestly, I feel like a loser.
You should.
I have a DVD of Cade the Tortured Crossing.
I
Yeah.
do too.
That's the thing. I was gonna say, Faithful Findings is the only Breen that I own. I should probably invest in some of the other ones. I think I've seen all of them at this point. I haven't seen Kate. I think
have
is
seen
one of
all
the
of
only
them.
ones I haven't yet. Oh, you have seen all of them. Okay, nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
what a guy.
basically binged Breen for like the first half of 2023 before Cade came out, and then it played at one of our historical theaters in downtown Milwaukee. So I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
You're
I
like,
watched that the
finally,
same day
some
as
real
Oldboy,
history.
the re-release.
Now, how was seeing that in a theater? Was it full of like YMS fans essentially, or was it a good screening, or did anyone like
It
earnestly go
was
see it?
very reminiscent of basically watching The Room in theaters. Very
hell yeah,
rowdy
that's what I've been
crowd,
watching.
lots of clapping during like his speech scenes. I didn't really see the YMS part of it, but it definitely had that like, we found this guy through the internet and now we watched all his movies. He's a very amazing auteur of so bad it's good cinema.
Yeah, I need to like purposely seek out more opportunities.
What
like
you're
that
saying
for, like,
is, if
purposely
Neil
bad movies
Breen
like that.
came up and said, "Hey, get into my van," you'd do it 100%.
Oh my god, yeah, I would do that in a second.
Well, it's Neil Breen. If it was Derek Savage, I would be a little more complacent.
What if I drove
What if
up
he was
in a
in the
van?
cool
I was like, "Hey, get in here. I have candy."
yeah.
And then I point to my crotch and I motion you over. Don't worry, I will definitely let you go if you say no.
Well, yeah, you obviously like those other strangers, if they hear no,
I have to stop.
you just comply.
Anyway, should we move on to the next film? We've been talking about this PSA for almost 40 minutes. Though talking about this
But it's just such an important PSA, everyone needs to know about it. So
yeah,
we talked
basically
about it for basically the length of the PSA.
yeah, pretty much. Basically, what the PSA is trying to tell you is, if a stranger approaches you, do whatever they say, no matter what it is. That's what I got out of it.
yes.
Yeah. Just lay back, just accept it. Just accept it. You got candy. This is your reward. You got candy.
You got candy. Yeah. Well, what else do you need? Why are you being so selfish? They gave you candy. You're not going to do something in return? Shame on you.
Mm-hmm.
You call your
The
mom and
trade's
tell
gotta
them
be
that. Your
even
mom's going to go,
somehow.
well, I guess I'm going to have to smack the shit out of you. Because that was a rude thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so that was The Lovely Bones. Thank you all for joining us for this
The
first
Lovely
half
Bones.
of the episode. Too Smart for Strangers, my favorite Peter Jackson movie.
Yes. My favorite Disney property.
Mm-hmm. Oh
It's
yeah,
up
I
there.
forgot that's a Fox.
It's up there
It's a
with
Fox
Mars
film,
Needs
right?
Moms.
Oh God. Yes.
That's its own special
Um,
thing.
Yeah, we've already talked about Mars Needs Mom. That's like, what, our, like, 5th episode? 6th
That was like
episode?
one of our earliest episodes.
Definitely a
that
single-digit
fucking movie.
episode.
Oh yeah. I can't remember when it was. I think it was like around October-ish.
I think it was like episode 6 or 7.
Something like that. And
But yeah, I think we should move on to the next film now.
All right, time for some
Yeah.
Baby Cat.
I think we're too tucked out of talking to strangers.
We're too
not
tucked
talking
to
to
it out.
too smart for strangers. So we're gonna move on to the cat baby. The cat baby.
Meow, 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 meow,
Meow.
meow,
I am
meow.
feline ready.
All right, Ninja Jedi, take it away.
All right, so this is 2023's Baby Cat. I found this on Tubi, the greatest streaming site of all time, and I was like, "What
True.
the fuck is this bullshit?" And then I watched it. I gave it a 3 out of 10. Then I got kind of shit on for watching it, and I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna put a pin on this, and I'm gonna bide my time for when I can strike." And, well, we got Landon on the podcast. I was like, okay, I'm going to have him, hopefully, make him experience something he's never seen before. And also to force Cole to watch this because he was one of the naysayers. Anyway, this is about a lady named Donna. She moves out to LA for her job. And while there, she meets the titular baby cat, who is a woman pretending to be a cat, dressed as a sexy cat, who kind of slinks around her apartment And also, there's a whole like drug ring criminal empire that's getting attacked by some mystery assailant, but that's completely irrelevant. Who cares about that? We're here for the baby cat. So Landon, what did you think about this film?
Yeah, this is you know what's funny? This film inspired me to realize that I think there is like, because at first, like, for a long time, I tried to purposefully always give something like on a 1 to 10 scale. And then I realized that I think there needs to be some room at the bottom for movies that, for me personally, for like that are below a 1 out of 10, where I don't even feel like giving it a 1, like in the same way that Fantano zeros out. Like first, like, so there's like 1 out of 10 movies that are like really, really bad, but like they were made by a major studio. There's clear funding, there's clear direction. It's just like everything fails. This is something that is so really horribly low budget and hard to process, like, because it is just so fundamentally broken. And yeah, this is for sure one of the worst things I've ever seen. Yeah, easy, like it like made me add a 0 out of 10 tag to my letterbox. It's just like, so it's like it's like a Neil Breen film, but like oddly fetishy in a weird way. And like
What?
just
No.
yeah,
Really?
it feels very much like that. Yeah, like everything about this. Yeah, like, well, just, yeah, this main actress, I would love to know her story, because this is like the only time I feel like the actress playing the cat girl, I feel like this is her only thing that she does. She's in a few other movies that are probably from the same production company that have her as the person in the lead role in some sort of sultry, porny adjacent role. Like, I 100% feel like this director had like ulterior motives with this. It's just so kink specific that it's like completely hard to like not see that in it. Like, it's like if like Neil Breen had openly had like a cat girl fetish, and it's like that's kind of special in its own way that this exists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was about to say, like, I was legitimately like saying to myself while watching this, I was like, someone discovered a fetish while filming, either filming this or they were just actually showing their fetish off. Like, here we go, guys.
Look what I can
Cat
do with
lady.
my money. Yeah.
That's like
Skimpy cat lady.
when she shows up, that's like your adventure mode where you stand up and clap. They go, there she is, it's the baby cat, there it is. And then you fucking stand up and clap.
I would love to know like how something gets on Tubi. I would love to know like what it like. Is there a screening process? Because honestly, I've watched movies worse than this on Tubi. There's another film called Santa's Letters that my friend Neil and I watched virtually. I think it's called Santa's Letters. Yeah, it's from 2000. We watched it on Tubi, and that's probably the worst thing I've ever seen. Like that makes this look like a fucking Studio Ghibli movie. Like, it's just so like poorly put together. Like, and yeah, that's another film that inspired me to be like, there's room below a 1 out of 10. I feel like.
Yeah, well, the whole it's very cheap, and it, like, to a point where it makes me go, wait, why can't you just like shoot in like an apartment somewhere? Like how there's like they're in the apartment, but then they have this like green screen for outside because they want to be in LA, and it's just like, why does it have to be in LA?
I think it's supposed to be like part of the joke. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but there's so much like green screen to a point where it feels like, wait a minute, why can't you just shoot this like in like a gym, like a little gym somewhere or something?
No.
By the way,
green screen.
By the way, I'd like to
excuse.
I'd love to talk about the green screen specifically, not the green screen itself, which is horrible, but the establishing shots, like how they're like clearly the person who was doing the establishing shots like cut the camera too quickly and left it running, and it looks like it's just like furiously moving from left to right while people are talking like in the doorway, and it feels like it's purposefully bad in that regard. Like, I don't think they're trying to get a laugh, but I feel like they're like trying to say like, hey, guess what, we can make a movie that's even shittier. That, you know, it's just
the thing is like the person who had the camera. It's just someone with the camera that doesn't know how to shoot, because there's times where like the camera will just awkwardly like move away or something. Like someone was just like, oh fuck, and they like fumbled it, but it's just like, well, we only have so much time to shoot this, so like we just got to keep going with what we got. You know, the classic Ed Wood thing, just one shot, one take, move on to the next scene.
Mm-hmm. The old the old too smart for strangers trick. Yeah, and also like I wrote notes about this. I wasn't sure how to exactly talk about it. There's a character that is openly excuse me. There's a character in this that openly trans. Their name is Sox Whitmore. They're They're agender, gender nonconforming. And at first I was like, look, this is horrible. This is a terrible movie. Like, regardless, like, cool for this movie has trans representation, which honestly, pretty cool. But even if this is one of the worst things ever made, like, it's just, there's no reason for this character to be in this movie other than to just show up and say, hi, I'm your representation.
Hi, I'm
like,
the
it's just
neighbor.
so strange.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
it's like-
100% confident because you look at Socks Whitmore. She's in, like, I think almost every film by this director. So I'm betting that, like, or they, sorry, my part of it,
yeah.
that they probably are, like, friends with the director, and, like, that's kind of what it is. And I still think it's pretty cool because it's not like they're, like, used, like, in a bad or, like, negative way. Yeah, they're trans, but, like, it's, like, not, like, derogatory, I guess, or like they're not like a butt of a joke, really. Like, any humor that you derive from them is more from the character than, let alone they're kind of they're gendered themselves. And I don't know, I like that. I kind of like Max Powers. He's just this weird goofy guy, or he's a weird goofy, they're a goofy person. And I like when he just walks by, like, hey, I'm Max Powers, walks away, he's like, and then just immediately leaves, and then walks by again, power to the max. That's just silly.
They're not the reason this sucks. I will say that. Like, they actually, like, I could see them being in a film and...
Yeah, they probably have the most charisma, basically.
Yes, I'd agree with that.
Oh, like, you're saying that you didn't feel charisma from the baby cat?
Like, you go.
You go, them.
You go, them. Socks.
We are beating down barriers, one baby cat at a time.
They have a pride flag hanging up somewhere that you can see a shot of. Like, this film's progressive, guys.
They
I think
show that pride flag a lot.
I honestly, guys, I think you're just being really homophobic for not liking this film. And I'm gonna need some new co-hosts.
That's why I gave this a 0 out of 10, was because of the representation.
You're like, ew, gross.
You were like, ew, gay.
You're like Snoop Dogg. Nah, I don't watch films for this.
Catgirl, I'm cool with. Trans representation, no, thank you. Yeah, please don't clip that out of context.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg would hate this.
Oh my God, Snoop, shut the fuck up. That was the dumbest thing I ever saw. Oh my God, Snoop Dogg's dumb.
It's all the weed.
It's all the weed. He took
all the weed.
He didn't watch Reefer Madness.
Reefer Madness.
Yeah.
If only he knew.
My God, I shouldn't have smoked that shit. I ended up in the lesbian kissing scene from Lightyear.
But it should be to note that the film doesn't start. The film starts with this setup like, whoa, that's a lot of drugs. Have you seen that many drugs before? That's so many drugs. And then they get their asses kicked. And then they're like, okay, forget about that though. Fucking lady moving to LA, baby. Let's go. Oh my gosh, she needs her job. She's here for a job.
Yeah, it's
and works with two people.
Go ahead, Cole.
Yeah, she works with two people, and the boss is like a schizophrenic, I think.
Yeah, the guy that she works under at that office space, like, he looks like a very old, like, out of practice porn actor in a way. Like, I didn't know how else to describe him. Like, it feels like if you would have told me he was the director or writer of this, then I would have believed you.
I would believe you.
I do want to know. I also like this shot.
Someone that was in a David Ducato movie too, but
I do want to know that. Let me talk. I have to say my thing. I love when the boss gets introduced because I think they try to frame it where, like, the main guy that she's talking to, and then the boss is, like, in the background behind him, but you can see him, like, peeking out, like, waiting for his cue to start walking. And that's like and maybe that's only a detail I noticed because this is technically my second time watching Baby Cat.
Oh God, I can't believe you watched this twice.
Yeah, not only am I watching this a second time, this is the second time I'm seeing it this year. It hasn't even been a full year yet since I've seen this.
Interesting. Now, Ninja, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So, like, when you rate movies, like, on a letterbox scale, like, do you do it strictly on enjoyment, or do you utilize a score plus hearts? Like, because I try to, like, find that balance between did I enjoy this versus the quality of it. I'm, like, curious of your system.
I usually kind of just rank on, like, how much enjoyment do I get on it, and, like, sometimes it's like how much I enjoy it. I do still also have to consider, like, the quality. So sometimes you'll see something I give, like, a 3 or a 4, but they don't have a heart. But then there'll be something that I'll give, like, a 1 that I give a heart on. So there's like kind of that level, like kind of a balance. What can I say? My
Cole,
machinations are an enigma to everyone.
Cole, is that how you would also describe your rating system on here?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. It's like it's kind of a mix. I guess it kind of varies based on the movies, because if there are like, the movies on the podcast, like there have been a couple of the movies on this podcast that we've talked about where I'm like, I want to give this an ironic 10 out of 10, but at the same time I think I need to be more fair
Like Baby Cat.
with like an actual rating. But then again, there's other movies I'm just like, yeah, this was shit, but 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I also try to like find that perfect balance between like I try to save like the stars themselves for like my level of quality, and then the heart kind of offsets if I enjoyed it or not. Like a half star without a heart is like, oh god, I fucking hated this. But a half star with a heart, I'd watch again. Like War of the Worlds, I've watched like 2.5 times already. It's been out for less than a month because it's still 2.5. I watched twice. I watched it once with a group. I watched it once with a group of friends. Watched one full time on Adam's like YMS like watch along, and then I watched the second half of his second watch along. Yeah. It's a weird thing to do, but that movie's legit fun, and fun and funny, and I hope they
still
put a 4K
cannot
out
believe
of
it exists.
It's incredible that it exists. It's fucking awesome that it exists.
But Baby Cat.
But yeah. Oh, I was just gonna add one little other thing on how I rate movies. I mean, yeah, usually I just try to stay based on like the quality of the movies, because there are times when I'm watching, even if it's like obviously non-Nefarious Reels movies, and I'm just kind of watching something either for like to add to like one of those yearly lists I'm making
Or Film Club.
for movies, or just watching it like a classic one. I'm just like, okay, I'm debating between this, but I feel like I'd be better with this score because there are a lot more redeeming qualities depending on, or vice versa. And
yeah,
it really depends on also how I feel when I'm watching it.
It's an interesting balance to strike. It's a lot of fun to like sort of work through that. It's part of the reason I like movie criticism so much, is that there's a lot more nuance than I think people give credit for. Like when they like I like trying to find those like little this is a funny fucking rabbit hole to go down when talking about Baby Cat, but I like finding like the little like instances of nuance when it comes to like liking something. Like you can't it's not just liking or loving or hating something. Like there's so much room in there to actually like dig into, and that's what I find really fascinating.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, there's like a bunch of stuff that some people might rank Route 1 that I rank like really highly because I genuinely like it. Like The Bride of Frank, which is a great film, and anyone who ranks it low is wrong.
It's I was gonna say, I think Ralph the movie maker talked about this on a Sardonicast episode, where like bad movies can either be like they're like aces. They can be high or low. They can be a 10 or a 1, like pretty evenly. And I was like, damn, that's a really cool metaphor.
And Baby Cat clearly is a 5 aces in a row. Which we should go
where
back.
the deck is stacked.
Yep. Yeah. Stack deck, Baby Cat. Fucking, she walks around, she bothers Lana. She communicates with her through a fucking, like, a diner dash guy. Or, like, later on, that's how she starts communicating with her a bit. Because, like first she gets, like, a ton of ice cream. And then, like, from that guy, because that's another weird character that keeps reappearing. The fucking delivery guy.
Oh, the, like, DoorDash delivery guy?
Yeah, he's just like, here's all your fucking ice cream, bitch. And then like later,
I didn't order ice cream
and 1 banana.
Well, it's at this address, and I'm not gonna take it. So here you go.
I mean, to be fair, I think we know
like,
what the banana's for.
I guess.
Yeah, to avoid potassium deficiency, so you don't get a
Exactly.
fucking cramp in your leg.
What I meant.
Or you could just eat a banana.
Well, yeah, that's what a banana's for, idiot.
I'd also like to add to like their the torrid love affair that these two have is something else. It's crazy because like she has no idea that she like I think because honestly like the main actress in this, not the cat girl, the blonde Amy Schumer looking lady, like
Lana.
Yeah,
I wish
Dana,
there was a better
her character's named Dana.
Yeah. Like she basically like assumes she has some sort of a mental illness, yet they seduce each other like full on immediately while she's still full on cat, and I think that's something that we need to discuss.
Look,
'Cause,
love
like,
is love,
she, like,
Landon.
yeah.
Is
I was gonna
this
say that.
promoting bestiality or just
I am
being
part
in
of the
love?
problem.
Is it okay to be in love with people who identify as furries?
Yeah, is it safe to love a furry? Is that allowed?
Guys, is it okay to be in a relationship with a furry?
Better love movie than The Sinking Forest.
It really makes me sad.
Yes.
Scoot will never get to see. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, we will never be.
I will never forgive
we will
it.
never let go of how disappointed we were of that movie.
God, such
There
a
are two
letdown.
things I'm really sad that Scoot will never get to hear. One is that Conan Kendrick Lamar Drake joke from the Oscars, and also this movie. Those are the two things so far in like my grieving process of Scoot that we'll never get to. Those are the two big things that I've noticed. Like, oh fuck, I would have loved to hear Scoot's takes on both of these.
We're just listening to Conan at the Oscars in general over Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh my god, it's exactly like the first Oscars that we don't have Scoot for. Like, we have actually a great host with mostly a really good monologue.
Balls in your court, Estonia.
Man, I'm happy that he's returning, and also Nikki Glazer's returning to the Globes. Like, they both fucking killed it last year. Well, this year, excuse me.
Applies when you're having fun watching award shows.
Absolutely.
Okay, back to Baby Cat.
Yeah, back to Baby
Yeah, back
Cat.
to Baby Cat.
Yeah, but it's just I lost my train of thought. But like the thing, because you talk about how like she assumes it's mentally unwell, and then that leads to the big fucking plot twist when her mom comes to visit. And it's like, oh, I can't have you come to the apartment. It's a mess, and then you might see the cat. And then why don't we just go out to the restaurant because we live in LA and they're eating it? And then the cat fucking appears just as a regular person.
In like, hey, what's up?
And she's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, I was one of the few moments I was taken aback. I was like, what?
Your jaw literally
is
dropped.
Going on? Like, what the fuck?
A twist so large, M. Night would have been shocked.
Drug ring? This was actually a surprise. I was just the abruptness of, oh, she's talking like a person and not pretending to be a cat.
I was like, wait, you could do that the whole
meow.
Yeah, meow.
Yeah, that was one of the better twists out of any movie that I've seen so far this year. That I thought she was gonna go full cat the entire time. I did not think that there was like an ulterior motive that she was like putting on a disguise this entire time.
It's honestly pretty fun. I think I remember I bursted out laughing when that fucking happened. She just like shows up and she's just normal. And the thing is, to be fair to the film, you didn't expect it. It's a genuine good choice, even though it feels so obvious that was something like that would probably happen. But you're like so ready to be like, okay, I guess she's just gonna be like this the whole time. That when she isn't, you're like, what the fuck?
It was actually like pretty surprising, honestly. Like the actress's name is Fawn Winters, and she has 4 credits to her name on Letterboxd, and they all look to be of the same genre, not cat specific, but they all look like she's
lowbrow,
fetish
low budget,
films.
Very
porno,
fetishy, yeah.
Pornhub originals.
I can't wait for the fucking reveal that the baby cat can just act like a regular person, show up in like a WatchMojo.com top 10 surprising plot twists no one saw coming video. Do they still do those?
I don't know. I don't watch that anymore.
I have a huge thing to announce right now. Fawn Winters, the actress, you can book a personal cameo from her for $18.
Whoa! Fucking, we need to get her to call out our video. Call it fucking trash.
If you guys want to go, if you want to split that 3 ways, if you guys want to like get her to say like you're watching Nefarious Reels like for the intro of this, I would chip in for that.
Damn, we might actually have to. I don't have a debit card right now. They froze my debit card because it expires next month, so I gotta wait for a new one to come in a couple days.
Oh shit!
But I'd totally be down for that.
Cole, are you gonna bite this bullet?
If you send me $12, I'll totally fucking get her to do it. Be like, hey, can you do a shout out my podcast for an intro? Like, hey, I'm done from Baby Cat, and you're watching Nefarious Reels, and I'll just slap that on there.
Mm-hmm.
You
could have
then I'll have her meow like a cat.
You could have the I was gonna say you could have the actual video cameo as the intro.
Yeah, we'll see. I got time. Maybe my debit card comes in. And if you guys want to PayPal me like $6 each, then I'll do it once I get my debit card.
Okay. Yeah. Also, just a heads up, it says there's a book of business video option for $250. So I think if you say this in the correct way, you won't have to pay the business fee.
I don't have to pay my $250. Like, oh, oh, can you say this for my friend Nefarious Reels? That's his name. That's his nickname.
That's his full name.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was gonna say, I feel bad like we're just tricking her into. We're no better than the makers.
I don't think I do that. I'll be like, hey, I'm recording I have a movie podcast. We discuss about Baby Cat. We learned that you have a cameo. Do you think you can just say this little thing so we can just put it in there? Because I think when she says book for business, I think she's thinking like a movie thing or something. If she says pay me $250, I'll be like, oh no, thank you, have a good day. But then I'll think it would be like, that fucking bitch, I hope you get cursed and you have to talk like a cat for the rest of your life, like in the movie Baby Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Is that too
There's
mean?
a way to do that, because you can there's a send a pep talk option as well. What if you like asked her, hey, my friend Cole has been really down lately. He hosts a podcast called Nefarious Reels, and he would love it if you would just say that.
What if I just blatantly lied? My friend Cole got taken by a stranger because he's not too smart, and the only way I can get him back if you can say this for my podcast. He didn't watch Too Smart for Strangers.
Oh man.
Yeah, this guy had an out of print copy of both Nashville and Ron.
Ooh.
This guy had a fucking VHS copy of Too Smart for Strangers.
I fell for it like a doofus.
I sent him like a picture of you just like tied up with like a bag over your head. Like you're about to get the gun to your head, like you're about to get fucking assassinated. They said you have to do this or they're gonna fucking kill him. Are you gonna let this happen to my friend? I hope she doesn't listen to this episode if we pay her for this. Like, imagine she does. She listens to me going like, we're gonna fucking trick her. We're gonna tell him that you're gonna get fucking killed if she doesn't do this.
As long as you say 2 hours higher, I think it's okay.
How much for 2 hours of your time non-sexual, Fawn Winters? We will not even make you wear the cat suit.
But if you do, that'd be very appreciated.
Yeah, if you want to, by all means, but we're not going to pay the extra fee. We have principles.
You know what I should do? I should ask her if like, hey, can you do this intro and can you tell us what it was like shooting Baby Cat? Maybe she'll talk about that.
I think that'd be kind of cool. Like, just do like one question per interview, and then you pay like $180 just for a quick interview.
You want to pay a fish? Give me $180.
I don't know. Maybe that's what a Patreon's for.
We don't have a Patreon. We're too cool and indie for that. Just send me the money directly.
Well, just keep that in mind for future Nefarious Reels ventures. That is a possibility.
I don't know if there's enough of a demand for a Patreon. I don't know if anyone would actually fund it.
Mm-hmm. You never know until you do. I thought so too, and I got like 10 people to subscribe. I ended up stopping it, but yeah, still.
Well, how much money were you making? 10 grand a month?
No, not quite that much, but in the ballpark. Revered podcasters such as myself don't talk about money in such ways.
That's top secret.
We don't talk about it as we're discussing throwing $180 to get the star of Baby Cat to talk about a movie.
Yeah,
the titular Baby Cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the whole film. Let's get back to talking about this film. I like how we keep going on 20-minute side tangents for these two films we're discussing.
Look, I don't think either of us expected Fawn Winters to have a cameo. That's all I'm saying.
That
anyway,
is
continue.
True. But yeah, the film is mainly
true.
about just kind of their relationship developing, where Donna basically just has sex with Baby Cat like 20 times throughout the film, and she's like, I can't believe I had sex with a furry. This film is just furry propaganda, just like how Too Smart for Strangers is just stranger propaganda to stop us from getting free candy for Vans. This is fucking bullshit. But eventually, remember that whole criminal plot that keeps popping up for some reason? Well, turns out that's actually relevant because the bear, who is the person that's been beating the shit out of everyone for drugs, they think it's Donna, but they kidnapped her. But it turns out the bear is actually the cat. for some reason, because she got urchin like DNA in her and like fucking like a supercharger thing in her, which is explained to us via song from the DoorDash guy. He's just like, yo, here's my epic rap in my thing. Yo, I'm a secret agent. I got urchin DNA in me. And I'm like a super soldier type guy. I'm like Chris Evans from the Captain America, because we can reference that. Because we're part of the MCU, baby. Baby Cat will return in Avengers Doomsday. That was one of the names in the chair crawl. Baby Cat.
That's all I'd want, honestly. If we're gonna make this happen, then yeah, I would very much.
Baby Cat in Avengers Doomsday. I'm down.
You should look up if Socks, who plays Max, has a cameo. Maybe we can do that. Maybe they'll fill us in on the deep lore.
I actually looked it up, and Socks does not. But I mean, to be fair, I mean, Socks might be on X or something, and you could hit them up there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm doing research.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll dig into it, and then you can send me the necessary funds, Landon.
All right, that sounds good to me.
I need you to send me 4 payments of $1,000, because I definitely have Socks Whitmore willing to do a cameo for the podcast. Trust me.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, to be fair, I was gonna say, if I learned anything from Too Smart for Strangers, it's do whatever a random person tells you. So I appreciate the offer. Yeah.
Unless you say no.
Oh, Socks Whitmore
Unless I say
has
no,
her
and
own
I didn't say
website, or has their
To be fair, I didn't say
own
no.
website.
Yeah, they have their own website. So yeah, that's the first step towards succeeding.
Yo, queer up. That's what it says on their website at the bottom.
Oh, hell yeah.
Takes you to their Instagram. Anyway, Baby Cat. But yeah, there's the big reveal is that Baby Cat is really the bear, the super badass super soldier that is stopping all the drugs. And she comes in and successfully saves Donna, saves the day, beats the shit out of everyone. Now Donna and her can hook up and have all the lesbian sex they want.
And what more could you ask for?
Yeah, what more could you really ask for? I'm trying to think of what else to talk about with Baby Cat.
Those were the big things. I mean, I covered everything in my notes that I wrote down. Like I said, watched this with my girlfriend, which was a wild thing to just spring on her. So Megan, if
legitimately, when you
respect.
said that, when I was watching, I was thinking, what the fuck? What? How? Did Landon convince his girlfriend to be like, yeah, let's watch this together? This sounds great.
My girlfriend is up for anything, and I love that about her.
I was like, oh man, I hope that when they watch this, she doesn't turn into a baby cat. She gets inspired and becomes the baby cat. Or maybe that's what you would have wanted. I hope your girlfriend doesn't listen to this podcast.
I showed her Todd Salon's Happiness less than 6 months into our relationship, and she thought it was hilarious. So, frankly, I have a keeper and the one in all caps.
See how many Nefarious Reels films you can make her watch before she's like, I'm done. It's over.
Oh, fuck. I don't know if I could do that. Let me see. I'm going to look at your list real quick while you're doing that.
Yeah, look through the list. You can see our bangers. Don't worry. If you put on the side,
look at the amazing slew of movies that we got.
I can tell you right now, if you put on the Singing Forest, that's an instant end of the relationship. Do not put that one on. If you make her watch that one, it's so over.
I've seen 36 of 184. Showgirls is entertaining enough for me where I'm like, okay, you know what? Like I can get along with this. Freddy Got Fingered is really fun, and I know like you probably talked about it for the same reason, just the like sheer audacity of that film getting made for the budget that it did. Everything else on here is like standard like bad fare, at least that I've seen. And then there's like obviously like a bunch of like really really awful shit, like your Megan is Missings, your Silent Night Deadly Night Part 2s. I love me some Cyber Seduction though. That's one of my favorite things to show. That's another one of my favorite things to show people.
Yeah, I can't believe Luca Guadagnino stole that ending for his own movie.
Tell me about it, right? What an awful thing. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's again, that would have paired really well with Too Smart for Strangers, seriously.
Yeah, Melissa P really did need to be smarter than those strangers she was interacting with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think overall there's a bunch of other characters too. There's like that weird random guy at the gym, the green screen gym that exists.
The naked guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention another thing that I forgot to mention with that opener where it's the badass and it doesn't go straight into the next scene where she's getting the apartment. It cuts to like it abruptly cuts so hard to all these AI cat pics and it's just playing this like cutesy music and it's like, wait, what a fucking jarring ass fucking tonal shift. What the fuck?
Yeah. That I was like, what are we doing? We're just showing, cat pics. Like, you need to really stretch this length out a little more. Bring me back to this human cat relationship, please. And then also throw in that drug ring subplot just like out of nowhere again. Because I always forget that keeps happening until it's brought up.
Yeah, this movie is so weird because honestly, like there are some parallels that I can kind of find. Like I watched this, we for Films for the Void earlier this year, we watched this movie called Secretary with Maggie Gyllenhaal and James Spader. I thought it was okay. Eric liked it a little more than I did, and I almost think that like a film like that, like this, could work like if you just stuck to the actual like cat girl premise of like this sort of dom sub relationship where it's never really explained. But then you also throw in like these Neil Breen things with like the oil industry and like the drug cartels and stuff. It just gets completely like thrown into the fire. Like it's just like
I'm hacking into the government systems.
It feels very Neil Breen-y, and I like that for that reason. Like it is a funny movie.
Very Neil Breen like.
What would have been a plot twist if that instead of Baby Cat showing up, it's Neil Breen was the super soldier the whole time. He just showed up. He goes, "Isn't this immoral? The American people need to know."
Immoral.
And all the government executives kill themselves at a press conference.
I resign as president of the bank.
I resign as
That's
president of the drug cartel.
Local senator.
Put that on my tombstone. That's one of my favorite Neil Breen quotes. I resign today as president of the bank. Oh, good.
That's your last words before you kill yourself on your deathbed. But he's trying to say something. This will be his final words. He goes, "I resign as president of the bank," and then you pull out your gun and kill yourself. Cole, you said when you're writing down your notes, you didn't write down what was happening. You wrote like how you were feeling as it goes. Do you want to do it just a play-by-play on that?
Yes, I really wrote my feelings down most of the time.
Yeah, feel away.
I'm trying to see. Well, yeah, I did write down someone discovered a fetish during the making of this.
Mm-hmm.
I had to write this because they mentioned this a couple times. They threw in Tubi ads, basically. They were talking about,
that was crazy.
I'm a screenwriter. I write for this Tubi show. You know, Tubi.
I got green that bitch. I'm like, oh my! I'm watching this movie on Tubi. Oh my god! No way! I know.
It's like, it reminded me. I'm on Tubi.
Tubi.
I love when streaming services remind me what I'm watching on, because sometimes I forget.
It's fine. Tubi's based anyway, so you know what? It earns it. It was funny. I don't know. It was a little funny when that happened.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yes, this has to be a Pornhub original, right? This feels like a Neil Breen movie, but it is in on the joke. In all caps, she owns the fucking building?
Yeah, her aunt's independently rich.
I forgot about that.
I knew that. It was like, what the fuck? This is the reveal. This is why no one's just bothered.
Yeah, like, why else would they want to? What, you think they're gonna care?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, part of it was also just like putting some plot points in, but just like expressing it a little more. But yeah. Oh, I was a little upset too that it was called Project Bear and not like Project Cat or something, or like some kind of cat. You know, like Project Feline or House Cat, or even something cool like Jaguar or Lion, or Leopard, or lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
Yeah, she should have been like the tiger or something, or like the lion. Some like cat, a fierce large cat predator. Okay, so I was digging through Socks Whitmore's website. We can contact them through their regular contact Socks. And so maybe if we could, I can try to do that. Yeah, see if I can just get it for free instead of like having to pay $18.
Mm-hmm. That could be lucrative. That could be huge for the pod.
Yeah, but then again, do I want Socks Whitmore to listen to this podcast, hear all the shit we're shooting? That's the real question.
To be fair, the shit we shot, to be fair, was very complimentary of them and the trans representation they brought to Baby Cat.
Yeah,
And also,
I mean, like,
did say they were the best part. They are the best part of the movie.
Socks
I would
is
say
Oh
they're
yeah,
the
they
best
are
movie.
the best part of the movie.
I do think it's pretty epic that that they're just wearing the shirt and you can see the surgery scars. I think that's actually kind of cool.
That, so I also agree with
Like
that.
like
I
kind of
think
like
that actually
openly
counts.
proud of like yourself, and like you can just yeah, I could show these on screens. Yeah, what I am who
Yeah,
I am.
absolutely, I agree.
Epic.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah. Again, Socks
Mm-hmm.
Whitmore is not the reason this movie's bad.
It's the people behind the camera, because there
Yeah.
are a lot of very jarring quick cuts and zooms, and I could feel my brain turning into mush.
It
The
was
more it
like a
went on.
computer virus, but instead of affecting your
Yeah,
hard
honestly,
drive,
it
it infects your brain.
I'm going to
Yes.
suspect that that honestly this was edited with AI. I honestly believe that like it was literally like the camera trying to like find like the operating software was trying to like zoom in on whoever was talking, but just doing a piss poor job of it. It honestly, that's what it feels like. I don't think the editing was actually done by a person, because like you honestly can't like submit this and call this your best work. It's like the green screen establishing shots in that way.
Or they were just super drunk and just fucked around, and they were just like, yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
honestly, that's
good.
possible too. I don't want to cast a pall too. That could be a very real reason why this looks the way that it does.
Could be one of those. Who knows?
Yep, it's a mystery. Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
either fucking the Fawn Winters or Socks Whitmore will give us the deets that we need, and then we can just figure this all out. Oh yeah, they might be just be covered by an NDA though. That's another thing that might be possible.
True. Yeah.
Oh, the guy who's doing yoga in that weird green screen gym, that's the director. Scott
Oh.
Hillman,
Oh.
the director of the film. That's him. So yeah.
Yeah. This is about right. Yeah. That tracks.
But I think I said everything I want to say about Baby Cat. I feel like. What about you guys?
Yeah, I'm there too. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely it's. I mean, I can't imagine going through 184 of these like really really bad movies that you two have done over the last few years. So I'm assuming you've seen worse than this. But I would
definitely.
probably say,
Oh,
yeah,
we have seen worse. We've seen
Yeah.
F the Prom,
yeah, F the Prom.
We've seen
From what I've seen of
Birdemic
F the Prom,
3.
it's worse.
Sea Eagle. We've seen Swept Away, the one with Madonna.
We've seen
Oh yeah, I'm
all
familiar.
the 365-day films.
All the
I am
Alpha
not.
and Omega films.
We saw all the Evil Bong films. We've seen all the Alpha and Omega films. Jesus
We've
Christ.
seen the 50 Shades of Grey movies.
No, I think I said that already.
You said 365 days.
Oh, we did not see the 365-day trilogy.
They run together. I don't think anyone would fight you on that.
We've
But
seen
yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of dog
this-
shit.
This was definitely one of the worst things I personally have ever seen, but who knows how deeper the rabbit hole goes. That's all I'll say.
Pretty deep. Never ending,
Yep.
really. Oh, God. It never ends, does it?
All right, so we're done talking about the baby
Baby
Cat.
cat.
Baby cat.
Okay.
Meow.
So, Mal.
Meow.
So, now that we're done talking about the two movies in quotes, I guess, if
Yeah.
that's what you want to say.
Yeah.
What is the better of the two this to go around?
Ooh.
Well, we'll start with you, Landon.
Landon.
You're the guest.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Too Smart for Strangers. I think I think there is more to be said for like a movie made with honest intention, like good intentions of trying to prevent children from being kidnapped or taken away from their parents. Like I do think there is like good intent being brought into that project, even if the execution's really, really flawed. Where Baby Cat, it's so like janky and ill prepared and just horribly constructed. Yeah, I would say Baby Cat is the worst of the two. I'm assuming you two would agree with that.
Well,
I'm on the Too Smart for Strangers train.
I think you're
Okay.
both bullshit. I'm picking Baby Cat, and I think you guys just have really bad taste, honestly.
Fair.
Did you
Yeah,
discover
like-
a fetish, Ninjedi?
No, I'm just thinking, well, Too Smart for Strangers, I think, like, the main appeal is the molestation song, I feel like. And I feel like without the Winnie the Pooh characters, I think it would be just a bland, kind of generic thing. I think just, like, it's got extra things too, and there's things to enjoy, sure, but, like, I don't think it's enough. Baby Cat's just such a weird enigma that, like, I don't really get to experience that often anymore, considering how much, like, absolute dog shit films I've seen throughout my years of watching bad movies. That, like, I kind of appreciate Baby Cat for that. And it's just, like, just a strange little thing. What can I say? So I'm picking that one, and I think both you guys are wrong.
All right, fair. I'll take that on the chin. That's understandable.
Meow.
No.
Fucking ends with a bunch of meow. God damn.
All right, on to questions now.
Yes. So now that we're
Yes.
done with that, we can now move on to questions. Remember, if you have them, to ask them. And our first one is from Luca, because she asked for our last episode, but we missed it because she asked too late. So here it is, which is, what's the gayest thing you've ever done? Boom, Landon, go. Now I really hope your girlfriend isn't
Damn.
listening to this
Oh,
episode.
coming right out the gate with it. Oh man, on the spot.
Right out of
Gayest
the
thing
gate.
The gate.
Gate. Might be the gay. That might be the gay one. That might be the gayest one. Oh man. There's just so many. Fuck. That's a good question.
Opening the gate to Ram Ranch.
Gayest thing I've ever done. That's a tricky one. That's a tough one on the spot. I'm gonna have to like dig deep a little bit.
You're gonna have to dig past all your homophobia to find the answer.
God.
Tell me about it. Oh man. I would love for you to go first, because you two probably have thought on this a little bit more, and it might trigger some old memories for me.
Okay, Cole, do you want to go first, or should I go first?
You go first. I don't even know what I can't even think of anything right now.
Okay, well, I kissed a man once on the lips. It's a pretty straightforward story. Me and a group of friends were playing this card game called Cool Cats and Ass Hats, where basically one person's the judge and the other three are like the players. And then the judge flips over 10 cards that have 10 random things on it, and then you have to guess whether the person likes or dislikes it. And the person that gets the most correct gets to draw a Cool Cat card, and the person that performs the worst has to draw an Asshat card. An Asshat card's a punishment where you gotta do something that, like, sucks ass. And then the Cool Cat card will allow you to make someone do something. And in that round, I didn't win, my other friend didn't win, but the third friend that won it, he drew the Cool Cat card, and it was like, make two people playing the game kiss. And he made me and my friend, he said we had to kiss each other on the lips, because that's what the card said, and we had to abide to the rules. And then we kissed. And that's the... Well, technically it's not the gayest thing I've ever done. It's like the second gayest thing I've ever done. But me and the guy that I did the most gayest thing I've ever done, we swore to secrecy that we would never tell anyone what happened. So that's only a thing that me, him, and God will never know about.
Mm-hmm. You know, actually, I do have a thing that I can say for this. So, I went to it was after college. I went to a gay club in Ann Arbor, Michigan, to see the rapper Cupcake with 2 Ks at the end of her name, and we saw the show at a gay club called Necto. And I was dancing. I went because I wanted to go to a concert. I wanted to see Cupcake. It was a fun show. And like I was like just dancing with some friends that were like also there to see Cupcake. And there was a guy that was also dancing, and I got the vibe that he was interested in me. And like we caught eyes, and I like nodded at him, and I bumped fists with him, and that was it. So that's probably the closest thing I've had to a homosexual encounter. In case you were always.
And they said, "Hey, do you want to get in my van? I got candy in here."
Yeah, there you go. Boom. Yeah, exactly.
I got a VHS copy of Too Smart for Strangers.
We can watch it together in my van with all my candy. I have it
Yeah,
on
I know. I just want.
Betamax. As a Betamax
I
player.
just
Oh my
wanted to see
god,
it someday.
Betamax.
Yeah. So there you go. Boom. Answered.
Okay, Cole, it's your turn. Remember, if you don't
I
answer,
really
you're
have nothing.
homophobic.
I'm not even kidding.
Damn, the homophobia is strong in Cole. Landon, I think I might
The
need a new
homophobia?
co-host. Yeah, the
Ooh,
homophobia.
no. Mm-hmm. It feels good to graduate to new podcast co-host.
Yep. Cole, you're out. You're the new guest host now. And Landon, you're in.
Fuck.
I
I
mean,
don't know. I just don't do much stuff like too. I don't want to say too risky, but I just like don't really put myself out there. Even if I am with friends, I just kind of. I'm always that guy that just kind of either is laid back or just doesn't stand out. So.
I don't even see sexual orientation.
Yes, I'm that
Boom.
fluid.
Yeah, progressive.
all right. Well, our next question is from Robert, which is, what do you think makes a bad movie good? If funny.
Do I? It depends. Yeah, funny. Does it not make me want to kill myself inside?
Is it like really a unique kind of film where even if it's bad, I can appreciate just how different it is?
Like how bizarre it is.
Like Baby
Yeah, I think
Cat.
it goes into like. I was gonna say, I think it kind of goes into like the general idea of reality versus expectations, like what you expect a film to give you and what it is actually giving you. To quote Mr. Doug Walker in a video where he talks about this, there's an allegory that he uses, something to the effect of like, if someone asked you to make a fireplace out of bricks, but they misheard you and they made it out of chicks, like little chickens, like, yeah, it fails as a fireplace, but look at that thing, it's hilarious. So I think that that's a good way of saying, like, if it like tampers with your expectations in a way that like plays with your general sense of irony, I think that is usually what makes a movie, a bad movie, fun.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. You know, it all just comes down to enjoyment and personal preference, of course. Something that you might like, someone else might hate. Something that someone might hate, you might actively like. I mean, even with Nefarious Reels itself, like there are some films that Cole has like really low that I have really high, like Death to Smoochie. I got Death to Smoochie's like right in my top 20. I think like Cole has it like super low. And probably the inverse. There's probably some films that I hate that Cole has like way higher than me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like we have. I was gonna say Too Smart for Strangers in a way. Like I think we all like definitely get the shock value of it, like right out front because of the last like 10 minutes or so. But at the same time, though, like I find it really funny because like I think part of it is like sort of the expectation of like, oh, I didn't even know this existed, and now I'm learning all of this. Versus me also building it up to you guys and being like, oh, okay, this is crazy, but like I only get like a certain level of enjoyment out of it. And I think part of it does come from like finding something also versus like the expectation versus the reality of what you're being presented with too.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what makes watching bad movies so interesting. You know, you never know what you're going to get. You never know what you feel like, you know? All right. Next question is from Mattias, which is, what's a movie that probably shouldn't be a comfort film, but is to you?
Ooh, that's a good one.
The end of Evangelion.
Which one? There's like
that
20.
Sounds really weird to say, but hear me out.
There's like 20 Evangelion things. You have to tell me which one.
This is the movie. This is the movie that follows the Neon Genesis Evangelion series. And it is basically a fever dream for like the first, I don't know, hour. But then it's weird because it ends on like kind of a nice note with how Ano tries to present the whole idea of just how you can like help yourself and actually have some purpose to live, even if the world's like, you know, completely fucked up. And I mean, he conveys it a lot more clearly in something like 3.0 plus 1.0 in his rebuild movies, but there was something kind of calming by the end that even in the end of Evangelion movie, there's like just the whole third impact hellscape, and then Shinji's there with Asuka, and he's just sitting like, you know, I can hate myself, but I can learn to love myself. So it's kind of, it's like a little process of going. It helps me, especially with everything going on. Like because I feel like there's so much other personal shit I got going on. Like I feel like put too much on my plate, but as of right now, just have to remember to, like, tone it back a little bit. Just take it at your own pace. It's not the best thing to say. What would Shinji Ikari do? But hey, he can hate himself all he wants, but he does find a way to actually respect himself by the end. So thank you, Ano, for even making something that feels kind of bright and cheery.
I'm going to give a shout out to a film that came out last year that I absolutely fell in love with. That's Adam Elliott's Memoir of a Snail. That quickly became
oh my god,
one of my favorite animated movies. Really terrific stuff. I think part of it goes into, like, the general aesthetic of it, I think, is really calming for a film that is that's very adult. Definitely not for little children, even though it's aesthetic play on that. It's not for babies, for sure. I think a mature 13-year-old could handle that film totally fine. I honestly
I was about to say, if you're a
teenager,
but you feel like you can handle the material, I think it's good for you. Yeah.
I would agree with that for sure. And I like films that, like Adam Elliott's films, I like films that, like, put characters through the ringer, but they're still able to find, like, a shred of humanity at the end of the day. I feel the same way about Buffalo 66 by Vincent Gallo. I think that's another film that really tackles hard subject matter and, like, personal, like, a trauma in general, but there's a little light at the end of the tunnel that you can hang on to. And I think I find a lot of comfort in films like that are able to take characters, like, through a huge ringer but find light at the end of the tunnel at the end. I would also say the same thing for Danny Boyle's 127 Hours. That's an incredibly hard film to watch, especially the actual scene where he cuts his arm off. And but at the same time, though, like, he's able to really pull something out at the end of it and, like, actually, like, find that determination within himself to do something that is, like, incredibly damaging. So yeah, those are the three. There are three right off the bat. Boom, take your pick.
All right, well, I guess I'll say my comfort film, and the thing that I think of most when I think of what's a film that, like, shouldn't be comforting, that is for me. And I think the only one that really comes to mind, I guess I would probably say, is Dear Zachary, the documentary. Like, it's
movie.
A pretty heartbreaking, rip your heart out and stomp on it kind of documentary, but there's, like, so much emotion in that. Like, I think everyone just defaults it as, like, oh, it's a really sad documentary, and it is really sad, but there's a lot more emotions you have. Anger, there's some happiness
a lot of
in there.
rage when watching that too.
There's a lot of that.
Oh my god, that's a great... Yeah.
Yeah,
it was sadness, but also, yeah, it was a lot of... There was, like, moments I actually was pissed.
It did, like, deep frustration.
Not at it,
yeah.
But that lady.
Yeah, like
yeah, that lady, and also, like, the Canadian government in general.
Yep, that too.
Yeah, but it does, like, it ends on a whole lot. It's like you can take it from it's kind of like what's happening, but there's also, like, that, like, really, like, human element of, like, this is his life. You know, this is all the people he's affected, and, like, all of that. And it at least does have at least a bit of a happy ending, I guess, when it shifts tone near the end. And, you know, it really hits. I always think about how I should rewatch it. I just don't find the time. And I showed this film to, like, a lot of people. I had my mom watch it, my sister watch it. I had, like, 2 different cousins watch it, and I've had, like, 3 different friends over Discord watch it. So, like, yeah, that's, like, a film that's, like, I don't know, I really like it. It makes me really emotional, and, you know, that kind of comforts me. And I guess if I ever go to a much better, easier film to watch, My Stepbrother is a Vampire. I think it's a blast. Has a special place in my heart. I always love it, and I always will love it. I can tell you're stunned silent because my option was so great that there was nothing left that should be said.
No, I'm trying to think of another one that...
I was Googling the movie you mentioned.
My Stepbrother's Vampire. All right, you haven't seen it. I remember trying to pitch, hey, we should do a watch. I told Ben that, oh, hey, we should watch this. And he's like, why would I want to watch that? And that's why Ben will never be on the podcast, because he won't watch My Stepbrother's a Vampire.
My Stepbrother's a Vampire?
My Stepbrother's a Vampire.
I will say, I was going to say, the only David Dakota films I've seen are Talking Cat and a Talking Pony.
They talked about, Adam was just like, oh, I didn't recommend My Stepbrother's a Vampire because we don't need to see 3 movies. I was like, you fucker, Adam. This is why I can't watch Sardonicus anymore. They don't recommend good movies.
That's a good point.
I
Yeah,
own
was gonna say,
two
that's
copies, DVD copies of My Stepbrother's a Vampire, and I sent Cole a DVD copy as well.
He did send me one.
I did.
He's also sent me some other David Ducato DVDs as well.
Yeah, I'm a big David
a
Ducato
champion.
fan, and I own it for my love of My Stepbrother's a Vampire, which I'll have to make you watch one day. Maybe on your podcast. I'll make you watch it.
I'm into that. That could be a really that could be a great idea.
Yeah, you watch it with your girlfriend and make your girlfriend Ducato pilled.
Ooh,
You will be Ducato pilled
be,
by the end of that podcast discussion.
This could be the start of something completely new for our relationship.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Look forward to it. Did you find another comfort film from Cole?
I don't know. It's always tough when you have to pick like comfort films because yeah, I mean obviously, but
Especially
now
a film that
about
shouldn't
it,
be one.
I had to look at actually. Well, like I'm looking through like my movies that I rated pretty highly, but honestly, Millennium Actress also anything Satoshi Kon really.
Yeah, that's a great.
With the guy who directed Perfect Blue.
Yes, Perfect Blue.
You were really confident during that big rape scene.
I'm not talking about
You said anything by that guy.
Well, I did say anything Satoshi Kon, but particularly Millennium Actress.
You could just go with the safe option and say Tokyo Godfathers too. We know that's a safe
Tokyo
pick
Godfathers.
Yeah.
That is going to be one of my yearly movies to watch during Christmas time.
One of the best Christmas movies ever made. Stamped it easily.
Actually, that's Die Hard. Get it right next time.
I said one of the best. So clean out your fucking ears.
I don't need this sacrilege. I'm gonna go get my own baby cat, and that'll show you. Meow. But I guess we can, if you can, we'll move on to our final question, which is from Ben. He calls you out specifically on this one, Landon.
Okay.
Have any of you worked on other podcasts prior to Nefarious Reels, or in Landon's case, Films for the Void? If so, has that influenced how you approach doing your own podcast, and in what ways?
Yeah, for sure. So, I did a podcast back in college. I went to Saginaw Valley State University for my bachelor's. From 2011 to 2016 is when I officially graduated. I did like a 5 full year thing. And in my time there, I wrote for the Valley Vanguard, which is the newspaper, and I was the A&E editor there. I was a staff writer for 4 years, A&E editor for 3 years. And I tried to work in a podcast element to the whole thing, but I didn't really know much. I didn't know anything about RSS feeds. I didn't know anything about how to actually get podcasts on streaming services. So literally all I would do is record conversations with professors and people that are actively in around college, like my friends or professors or people with creative passions in general. Interview them, and then I would upload the audio to a Dropbox and then post the Dropbox link. And it was literally just the Valley Vanguard podcast that I co-hosted with another writer on the on the Valley Vanguard staff. And that's basically the only podcast I ever really did. I've definitely started creative projects here and there, and but through each of them, I've learned something more about myself in the process. Films for the Void is definitely the one that I felt you know what, this is the most solid idea out of all of these. A lot of it was inspired by Sardonicast, which I know the three of us all really enjoy. And that's basically my journey, was just one podcast, and learned a lot about video, just learned about a lot about editing, and that's how I learned about GarageBand. I also did a lot of podcast editing for my friends during COVID. My friends Kayla and Tyler had a podcast called Let the Right Films In that I did some editing for. And also my friend James started an addiction podcast called High Notes that he did for a while, where he interviewed musicians about their struggles with addiction and stuff like that. And I did a lot of editing through that. So a lot of it is just basically general experience and taking what you learn from that experience and applying it to your own projects. That's basically what I would say to that in general.
Cool. I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to all that. Not in a bad way, of course.
What about you guys? Did you do anything pre Nefarious Reels?
I never did up another podcast. For YouTube creation wise, I did make my own Let's Play channel. I made 200
Nice.
videos. I played through some games. Got like 20 subscribers. It was fun, but editing it and working on it just wasn't one of my thing. I think because I was pumping out about fucking 4 vids a week, and these weren't like 10-minute episodes. These were like I'd play a game for like an hour, and then I'll cut it down, like a whole let's play kind of serious thing, and that kind of I got burned out eventually. I struggled to keep up with it eventually, and then I just let it die out. Then after that, I started making video game sprite videos, and that was pretty fun.
Mhm.
And I got like way more subscribers than that. I got like I think almost 1,000, or maybe almost 500. I'd have to check. But once again, that ended up being kind of like a too much work, and I felt overwhelmed. Then it'd be like, okay, I need to think of like a new idea thing I want to do, and then I stopped doing that. And then now we're here, and now I have a podcast with Cole. So I guess in a way that it helped is it probably got me more familiar with like editing and stuff. So I kind of be like, okay, you don't want empty space, cut out like unnecessary stuff. Cut out all the funny stuff Cole says, keep all the funny stuff you said in, so you look like cooler. That kind of stuff.
Nice. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. What about you, Cole?
Good shit. Yeah.
I mean, really, this is like the first really steps I've kind of taken doing like podcasting in general, or just, working on stuff like this in general. Never really was that kind of person that was like keen on, like, obviously there were like at points in high school, like we would do like video projects and I would kind of like, goof around with editing on there, but that was like about it. And then I just kind of was like, I just don't feel like I'm that good at this. So I just kind of just let it go. But there was something about, when we, obviously Ninjedi and we saw that post on the Sardonicast subreddit about the film club from Tom. And then we were like,
It was fate.
at that point I was like,
be.
I just want to find more people to talk movies about, and this Discord might actually be kind of nice. And yeah, then I was starting to go to meetings a little more regularly. Ninjedi and we seem to have very much of a, how would you put it, affection,
An
expertise
addiction,
in bad movies particularly.
an unhealthy
And
obsession.
then Ninjedi just legitimately DM me like, hey, do you want to do a bad movie podcast? Because our other friends, Timmy, Luca, and Jules did their own. And then we're like, yeah, sure, let's do that. And then, that's where Nefarious Reels came up and
said we gotta do Southland Tales for the first episode. You know what, Colt? That's the gayest thing you ever done. You formed a bad movie podcast with another. You formed a bad movie podcast with another guy. I mean, technically, this is like your longest running relationship with someone that isn't your family. 3 years of running a podcast with another man. Mwah. Meow.
Mwah.
Meow.
Oh God.
Meow. 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 I was your baby cat the whole time, Cole.
Aww. Dreams do come true.
Dreams really do come true. Till you get jumped by the cartel that want to kill me for all those drug rings I've been busting.
Oh, damn.
Unrelated to our podcast. But yeah, that's all the questions we had. So finish it off, Cole.
All right. So obviously now we're on to next episode's recommendations. So I'm just gonna go right into it. Ninjedi, what is your retro pick?
All right, so this is a film. For starters, we kind of talked about films related to this one before. There's a new one coming out later this year, apparently, that I've mentioned, and I feel like we gotta wrap up the series. We gotta get it done. So that's why my recommendation, my retro pick's gonna be 1991's Deathstalker 4: Match of Titans.
Deathstalker IV.
Yep, IV. That's what we're gonna need to keep ourselves alive and watching this when this turns out to be even more boring than Deathstalker 3.
We'll see. Oh, it's only 75 minutes, though.
That is true. And it's on YouTube. You can just watch it there.
Oh, sweet. Oh, right. Okay. I've been debating on what to do. And I don't know if I want you to decide for me. So here is what we're going to do.
You're gonna make Landon decide.
Oh,
Maybe. Yes, actually.
Me and Landon will
Landon,
discuss
so
with each
one
other.
you need to
movie
break
I have.
if you need me to break a tie, I'm down.
All right, so here's the two I'm deciding with, and I'm not sure which one I want to do. So one
Okay.
is a comedy from the 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one is a movie from 2017. It is a live-action version of an anime.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to go with the 2000s comedy because there is a lot of potential for like just absolute dog shit. I'm really curious.
All right, so that is 2009's Ms. March.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
From the whitest
that movie.
kids you know, Zach Kreger and Trevor Moore. R.I.P. Trevor.
You know what?
March?
You could have done. You could do a lot worse. I will say that. I actually have seen this movie a couple of times, and it's actually pretty fucking funny. I'm in part in that you have to turn your brain off and you have to accept the movie that it is. But if you like Whitest Kids You Know, then I can't imagine you wouldn't get along with this. Like I gave it a 4 out of 10, if that tells you anything.
I particularly had this one in mind, just mostly because Weapons just came out, so. And it seemed and this was a movie I remember seeing for years just on here, and was like, oh, so they did do a movie. They did do a comedy during the Whitest Kids You Know run. So this looks,
I will say,
like something.
If you get an opportunity, I would recommend going to. Apparently, the Zach and Trevor had a Twitch stream or a podcast together during COVID, and basically the two of them went through like Miss March like reviews that came out at the time, like in like Britain and stuff. And that video is really really funny. If you can find, if I could send that to you too, it's really funny and worth watching.
Cool.
We'll see. So, if you don't want to get spoiled for Deathstalker 4, Match of Titans, or Miss March, how about checking out those movies in advance? How about also liking and subscribing too? That'd be cool. Also, we got a Blue Sky I don't use, but you know what? You can check that out if you want. And we got a Spotify with the first 5 episodes because I'm too lazy to do the rest of them. Ask us questions too. Landon, thanks for being here. Anything you want to plug before we head out?
Yeah, thank you both for having me. This was a lot of fun. You can find me on Twitter at IGotDeFeverman, on Instagram at DuhFever, DUH Fever, and on Letterboxd at Landon DeFever. I also have a podcast called Films for the Void. I put episodes out regularly, whether they're weekly or bi-weekly. And I also have a Substack that you can follow at filmsforthevoid.substack.com. Thank you guys. I appreciate your time. This was a lot of fun.
No, thank you. Glad
it was
you're
good having you on.
here. And you all have a good day and have a happy Morbius.
Happy baby cat, y'all.
Yeah, meow.
Happy baby cat, meow. Happy Too Smart for
Happy
Strangers.
Too Smart for Strangers.
Happy Scott Whitmore. Happy Winnie the Pooh.
Okay versus not okay touching.
Happy
No
meow.
run. Tell a trusted adult.
Happy meow. Meow.
And I'll say, and I will say this: Nefarious Reels, it's the cat's meow.
Meow. Bye-bye.
I think that's the gayest thing I've ever done, actually. All right, bye.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye.